Yeah, and for those just joining, we're Rounders Card Club here in San Antonio, Texas. We do this stream every Tuesday and Thursday.
Oh, are they going with the stand-up game?
Yeah, it
They
looks
are.
like they are.
Okay.
And this is where it gets crazy. For those who don't know, the stand-up game is a game where whoever is, every time you win a hand, you get to sit down. Whoever's the last person standing, so the last person to win a hand, ends up having to pay everyone an ante. Usually about 25 to 50 bucks, so it ends up being a lot of money.
It does loosen up play because there's an incentive to sit down. You don't want to be last.
Yeah.
The thing is that sometimes this loose and wild play can be more expensive and taxing than the penalty itself.
Yeah.
So it's kind of it's a balance.
No, it's 100% a give and take.
Stand-up games. All we can see is a bunch of shoulders. There's our flop. You do have three ways to the flop.
Yeah, interesting flop because I feel like a lot of the time Telly's going to feel like his two's good, and it becomes harder for. Oh wow, and he does continue. With
He
the
bet
threes.
250. 250.
Yeah, and you don't know what Telly has. I mean, he can have anything, so you're not feeling super
God,
comfortable
how
on
about
this
now?
turn. Yeah, does go check, and he does check back most likely.
God, what a run out. He goes check. He missed him by one.
Oh, Telly actually bet 100.
Did he bet on the river?
Yeah, and he got him to fold, and Telly wins it with the bluff. Yeah, and he was against like the perfect hand to make fold because threes just loses to everything.
Yeah,
so.
everything but twos.
Yeah. Ooh.
Saul's got a hand, ace 8. He's going to 3-bet to 120.
Yeah. It's funny. You never feel like you're good when you have ace 8 offsuit, but you're actually in a great spot against your opponent. Wow.
That's pretty uncoordinated.
Yeah, it's an interesting flop for sure. Having the 8 is actually really strong because you block a 8-9, and it's one of the combos that Mike might limp call with.
500 in the pot.
Ooh, and that's an interesting card because Mike, he's definitely calling on this flop for a backdoor flush, but he could be calling for, some bluff opportunities. That's one of them.
9 pairs the board. Also brings the third club out there.
Yeah, and the 9 is actually kind of good for Saul. I think that you do want to call off ace high with the stand-up game a lot more than you would normally call ace high here. And the 9 is actually makes it very unlikely that your opponent has a 9 when you have the 8 of clubs.
This might work. Mike's got a good feel for the stand-up game. He's really putting a priority on getting to sit down, but the thing is he's already pumped a lot of money into the game. It's going to be especially devastating if Saul finds a call, because now he will have put in about $800 into the game. Oh, he takes it down.
Yeah.
Oh, you see, and that's the other thing. The dynamic is that you have to show your hand when you win.
Yeah.
In order to take a seat, whether it's a bluff or you're winning the hand, you have the best hand, you have to show your hand. So now Saul knows that he was bluffed.
Yeah, and that's a hard spot. I think that that's actually a spot where I would call more often than when I had the threes on like the 7, 8, 9, 10 board. Is that 9? It makes it really hard for your opponent to have a 9. But the problem is the stand-up game. Your opponent really could bet a 4 there.
Rob's going to raise it up. He's tired of standing. He's going to make a play at it with a king 8 suited. However, Nariana right next to him wakes up with a better king. He's got Robert dominated, and Eric's got 8s.
And not only that, Eric does have the 8s, so Rob is basically drawing dead here because of the 8s.
Yeah.
See, 8% even with a suited king, and no one having your suit. That's crazy.
Yeah, he's in rough shape, isn't he?
Yeah, even 4 deuces ahead of you, which is it's kind of telling on how multi-way pots are, that
Yeah.
you always think when you're going to a flop that you have more odds than you do, but generally you're actually not in a great shape. But he does go for the bet, which increases his percentage from 5% to 20% on this flop.
Plus, as people drop out, his equity goes up a little.
Yeah.
But Eric's is getting wider. He's getting wider, farther and farther ahead with his equity with the eights.
Yeah, and an 8 would be devastating.
Still got a gut shot for Telly.
Yeah, no one really likes this turn card because there are a lot of 10s that your opponent's going to be calling with. So I think Rob, yeah, he's often going to check back.
Robert really wants to see a king right now.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm curious to see how Eric takes this because your opponents, when they check on this turn, probably don't have you beat.
How about an 8, Ethan? Can we get an 8? There's only one left.
Yeah, that would be.
Oh, no, never mind.
Oh, yeah, Telly gets out.
Telly folded.
Whoa, Rob.
Rob going deep? Mid levels. It's a monotone board, a lot of clubs. John and Ant-Man each have a club.
Yeah, and I'm interested to see if something like 6 of clubs comes on the turn, how John and Ant-Man get mixed, but
4, 5, 7.
Eric was the pre-flop 3 better, so does go with a check.
Ant-Man's got. There's your 6 right there.
Yeah.
Ant-Man does end up with the best hand.
Oh, but John is going to go with a big bet here. 500. And he's gonna
Jeez,
take
that's
it down.
great. 4-liner.
What a good bluff fight by John there, actually, and you actually heard him say yes very loudly. So.
Yeah. Here we have another monotone board. Diamonds this time.
Yeah, we got gutters for Ant-Man and Rob.
But Saul has the best diamond.
Yeah.
Another paired board.
Yeah, this is
On
an
the
interesting
turn.
spot. Rob is going with a bet. And this will work if he bets the river again, but ace 10 can call on the river with ace high. Looking for those 4 outs for Rob. Does not get there, and ace is often going to be calling here.
Robert makes a $50 bet.
Yeah, that's never going to be enough for. I think ace probably calls even $100, so nice little try trying to
Robert
get
will-
other hands to fold.
He'll remain standing.
Yeah. And Saul was standing, right? So he just took a seat.
Yes. Eric wakes up
Wow.
with kings.
Yeah, and Narayana
Narayana
jamming.
jams with Queen Jack offsuit.
Wow. This is an interesting spot for Eric because you're so strong. You almost just want to call, but you also don't want to just call.
And Eric's already sitting down, so what does he? How does he proceed?
I like to
He's
just
just
call.
going to call. I like it too. Because you might get a guy who's standing to get desperate and,
Yeah.
and jam.
It does look insanely strong to just call, though. But both
Does
look super
Ant-Man
strong.
have a suited ace? He's going to come in.
Yeah, you can see this is a spot that Ant-Man would normally raise, but decides to just call. And you see Rob putting in the chips.
Yeah, he
for,
can't help
Narayana.
himself. He's a dealer.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
a dealer at heart. Noriana's got his back turned to the table. He can't watch.
Ooh. That's actually really scary for Eric. Not that it's a great flop for kings, but you're going to get called by ace-3 so much more often.
And Ant-Man makes bottom pair.
Yeah, and Ant-Man's not going to go anywhere, which is kind of why you hate it, because if the 3 ends up coming on the turn, he goes with the check, a little bit of pot
Checks too.
control.
I think. What's Ant-Man going to do? Is he going to check back or is he going to take a stab.
This is a spot that you want to stab
I
because
think so too.
Eric's going to have a lot of ace king that you're denying equity from, or even if another ace comes, you're pulling an ace king. From what you've seen, he does like to bet in these spots a little more. It goes with a smaller sizing. I want to see how Eric proceeds. I think he might raise. We saw him possibly fold aces earlier. Curious to see. The fact that he deliberated earlier, he does go all in, it looks like.
Man, that feels like ace king, but I'm gonna let you have it. I'm not bluffing you this time. Ace again.
Good fold by Ant-Man, making the snap fold.
Kings are good.
Yeah, some backdoors for Queen Jack, but sadly for him, he's up against kings, which is a lot of his outs. But we've seen crazier. Gonna need a 9 or a king on the turn, and no, that's gonna seal the deal.
Taco's still standing, so he's got a marginal hand. It's suited Jack, so he's gonna bring it in for a raise. See if he can get something going. He really wants to sit down. So he and Ant-Man and Rob, Mr. Poggio, are still standing. And there you see Nariana's wife looking over his shoulder. She's not sure. She's like, honey, tell me, how did you get to this table over here? What are you doing here?
Yeah, we were talking the other day about the fear of the wife behind you when you're playing. How that makes you play better. Yeah, looks like we're going 5 ways to a flop.
Pair of sevens for John.
Oh no, we're going 6 ways. Ant-Man's over there. That's how many people we have.
But Fish, we don't know what his cards are.
Yeah, I think he's standing, so he might have not put it on the reader. No one has anything.
Well, John has a 7.
Oh yeah, the nuts.
But he's already sitting.
Ooh, and it does turn a flush draw for Taco. I would have liked to bet on the flop when it's a stand-up game, but you also don't know that your opponents are all calling if you like 10-5, Jack-5, 4 deuce.
Yeah.
Best hand is A7. Goes with the check.
But we don't know what Robert has, though.
Yeah.
But he is checking. It's checking around, so he likely has, I don't know, some middling card.
Yeah, he could have 2 pair, too. And there's a lot of 2 pairs that Rob can have. Rob's probably going to have the most 8s here as well.
Yes, I can sit down.
Looks like it went to showdown. Robert proudly turns his cards over.
Yeah, it sounds like he had an 8.
We'll take a look and see what he had.
Oh, and he takes a seat.
I think you're probably right. He probably did have an 8. Telly's got a fun hand.
Oh, an Ant-Man.
Uh-oh. Ant-Man's got designs on sitting.
Yeah, this is such a good hand to get during the stand-up game.
It is.
Don't do nothing crazy now.
Unfortunately for him, despite everyone going crazy lately, it is only going to be him and Telly in this hand.
Looked like Telly was going to go deep there.
And it would probably usually work with what Ant-Man could be raising there, but he doesn't see that. Ant-Man's actually been very tight for what he usually is.
And a 7 right on the window. Ooh, this is going to be a... Now, we've seen Telly go big.
Yeah.
When he connects.
Top pair and a gut shot. I don't think we're seeing him go anywhere. And
Telly checked immediately, and Ant-Man did what?
Looks like he bet 150, which I think can sometimes get re-raised by Telly. Not what he was looking for.
No help.
Although that is a scare card for Ant-Man, and Telly does his infamous block bet here, which has gotten him a lot of free rivers, including this one.
Yeah. Yeah, we do have a new player. I think Donald, I think is his name. That's a tough board. He's lucky he got checked too.
Yeah. No, and you can see that bet on
Telly
the turn.
bets big. If Telly bets big on the river, I think Ant-Man's probably going to call, but man, he's going to hate it, you know?
Yeah. No, not only that. I mean, that bet on the turn, Telly does a lot.
little
actually.
blocking bet, yeah.
Yeah, that actually got him a free river and was able to make it to where Ant-Man couldn't bet with the aces there. So good play again by Telly, even though he lost. I think he constantly makes those plays that lose him the minimum. And good hand by Ant-Man there.
How about this? How many aces can we have on this
and we
stream?
have an ace king right
Telly's got ace king.
with the raise from 225. Oh my gosh. Guys, what a spot. And he just calls.
Oh, he just called? Well, Mike's not going to call.
Yeah, and Telly has been in these spots
So,
consistently.
Ethan, there's a $600 in the pot right now. What's Mike make it?
I was going to say 800. That's a perfect sizing from Mike here.
Yeah.
I was going to say somewhere around 800 to 1,000.
859.
You don't want folds, obviously.
You just want to kind of isolate a little bit or thin the field somewhat. Make it more manageable.
I think 800 is a great sizing.
Eric has 225 in there right now. There's already almost 1,400 in there, so it's another 575. I mean, my goodness. He's almost getting 3-1, but he's going to make a disciplined lay down out of position.
Yeah, Telly shoves, and Mike's probably going to snap call here.
Well, probably, yeah.
Yeah, it looked like he hadn't called yet, so I was wondering if we've seen a couple slow rolls on the stream so far. But
Telly
Mike's not
runs
the guy.
into it again.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for Telly.
Leave me alone.
He has not been running good tonight.
Show me a 7 just to hurt my feet.
And all the aces are gone in the deck, so that's kind of a good thing for Telly. I don't think we saw any kings folded. And they might be running it twice. Telly does have a lot more chances for Broadway when all the cards folded are, and we're going to see a king on the flop.
A lot of spades. But Telly's got red cards.
Yeah, and Ant-Man had the ace-5 of spades. Ooh, chop outs. You actually hate that there's chop outs.
Yeah. Nope.
Wrong paint.
2 pair for both of them, but Mike has the better 2 pair. And the second board. God!
Oh, wow. And that's going to be a chop.
He's not dead yet. There's still another ace.
Oh,
You said they're all dead. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow, that's sick. Wow.
King, queen. All the kings came out.
Yeah. And
Can you believe that?
That's crazy. I mean, Mike is hating that. When you see the first king come out on the first flop, you're like, all right, well, my opponent's drawing to his straight.
Yeah, he wasted a king.
Yeah. Brutal. What?
Looks like Ant-Man is straddled to 40?
Yeah, 40. And Narayana limping in here with the 7-5 suited. This can be costly sometimes when everyone's been going a little crazy and you're shorter stacked. You're going to get raised by worse hands.
Yeah.
But he's not going to be in and we've seen Ant-Man's being a little tighter, so I don't think he's going to be in as bad of a spot. Does look like John goes for a raise. Oh, might have just been a call with a black chip. Yeah, we don't see any good hands here for sure. 10-9 is going to flop probably the best of it. Ooh, Narayana getting in there.
I like it.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, it looks really strong when you're short stacked. What's funny is if John were to chase his gut shot here, you'd actually have the best hand, but does fold.
Yeah, Narayana, as witnessed by the VPIP, he's been pretty quiet. He hasn't played a whole lot of hands. He hasn't raised a lot.
Yeah.
Here he leads with some aggression.
Yeah, and actually all of his outs are folded. He only has 1-7 left, but does get the folds.
Oh, he shows the bluff.
Nice hand in Ariana.
Does he know he doesn't need to show anymore? Oh,
He was the last one. Him and Taka were the last ones standing.
oh, that was okay. Okay,
Yeah.
I missed that. Okay.
So, yeah.
So Taco's got to pay everybody.
Yeah, and I believe he owes everyone 25 each is what looks like it's going to be. But sometimes for the 2-5 game, they'll do 50 each.
Yeah, when I played, it was 50 each.
Yeah.
It was-